Hello, welcome to Something with Dena.
And DiAnna.
We are so glad you're here. How are you today, Miss Diana?
Good. What are we going to talk about today? How are you going to
Ooh,
stretch my brain, see what I've got for you?
I think it's going to be a fun one. We're just going to need your opinion on these ideas because I don't think you're in this boat, but we'll find out. Let me just ask you a question. We'll see. I feel like you are in your sweet spot as far as financial success right now. You're a successful business owner. You worked very hard. It wasn't given to you. And your husband is, I mean, he's killing it in his field. But was there ever a time where you were like living paycheck to paycheck?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Till like probably the last 10 years.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you hit
Mhm.
that well.
Really?
Not a complainer. Yeah, you just,
Well, I complain about it. Just deal with it.
well, lately, if I look at my bank account, I'm personally offended. Whose bank account is that? Because I'm not working. So I'm always thinking of ways that I can make money. And I've always been that way. I think I'm just an entrepreneur like you by nature.
Yeah,
And I always feel like I need to be saving something no matter what my situation is.
absolutely.
Yeah. So people who have worked for years in the same career and are getting their payment, as far as cost of living increase goes, I think they're finding now it's not stretching as far as it used to.
No
They're
doubt
like,
about that.
yeah, they're like, I'm working 40 hours a week. My spouse is. We haven't bought anything crazy. And what's going on? What's happening? So people are getting inventive out here in these streets, Diana.
Yep. And there's some good inventions, and then there's some not so good inventions.
Yeah, but the hustle is real. So,
As
my
long as
neighbor,
it doesn't get you in jail, then that's a good thing.
yeah, if it's not illegal or immoral, if it's a
Right?
little odd, that's okay. My neighbor started a little bakery in her front yard. I think I told you the story where we were recording the podcast and her husband rang the doorbell to give me free loaf of bread and let me know she was going to have it. And I didn't recognize him because I have face blindness. And I was like, I don't want anything. Well, who are you? What do you want? But anyway, still waking up in the middle of the night thinking about that. But
Oh my goodness, let that go. That man has forgot about that. I promise.
but anyway, she seems to be doing well. She's getting like repeat customers that I watch through my window, like Gladys Kravitz, and I see that she's doing pretty well. So good for her.
Yeah, no doubt.
And I think
When you
that's a
have a,
trend. Go ahead. I'm
I was
sorry.
going to say, just when you have a skill, why not put it to good use? That's what the Lord gives us his talents for.
Yeah, and it's helping others, providing for others. So I think it's great. And it seems to be a trend I've been seeing a lot on Facebook. People saying, I've got a little sourdough bakery counter in my front yard or a little self-serve, a little store. So good for these ladies out there doing that. In one of our recent episodes, we talked about unusual ways to save money,
Right?
like saving your bathtub water and watering your plants with it. Getting your own dingy water out of the bathtub with a cup and pouring it in your ficus tree. Did you ever do that? After we talked about it?
Um, yeah, no, I still haven't done that. But I take mainly showers as opposed
Yeah,
to
I do too.
baths. But
Okay,
I'm
but you
supposed to be keeping my shower water per you.
that's right. You're supposed to put a big bucket in there with you. Take your shower with the bucket.
Me and my bucket.
Oh, so Diana, this may not apply to you right now. So you're just going to have to hang out down here with our friends in low places, us po folks today, and
Oh,
just
honey, I've been there. Trust me. Hey, I've penny pinched a long time, and I finally got some wisdom when it came to finances. So, there is hope always when we get a hold of our credit card debt, when we recognize we cannot spend more than we make. What
mm,
in what in the world are we even thinking when we go out and buy things if we don't have the cash for it? We do not need to get it. That is my rule.
it's just so fun though.
But
All
it
right.
gets you in big trouble.
Yeah, there's some people, doesn't matter how much they make, they're going to spend more than they make. So that is that's a whole nother topic we need to talk about, don't we? Why people do that.
Yes.
I resisted the temptation to read these before, Diana. These are my source is real people. This isn't like somebody who wrote a magazine article about these pie in the sky ideas or the companies paid them to say, why don't you try this to make a living? These are real people in the Facebook group Frugal Living. And a member posed the question, anybody have any odd ideas to make money? So I haven't read them, so here we go.
Oh,
I'm going to
good.
be as surprised as you, I think. There's over 1,400 ideas here. I don't think we're going to get to all of them, but let's see how many we can get through here. And I'm sure there's some that are repetitive. All right. I just got my first paid voice acting role a couple of days ago. So my brother-in-law, or my nephew-in-law, he's married to my niece, so I call him my nephew. He does this. It's not his main job. He works in show business and production locally here. There's a production company here that makes reality shows and crime. You probably watched them, crime reenactment shows, and he loves that field. And so he's got a great voice. He can do different cartoon characters. So he does those online, very simple. He has a little studio in his house, and there's jobs posted. There's a place called Fiverr, Fiverr, two R's. And it's called that because it started out, you would do something for $5. And then, of course, that's evolved into just, this is my talent. So he put his recording up there, and now he works pretty regularly doing that. So if anybody's ever told you, wow, you have a nice voice or you can imitate people well, that's something you can do from your home. You upload the file. This guy says he uses a service called Voice 123. I have a horrible voice, so I
You
can,
do not. You
I
have a
do.
very pleasant voice, and
Oh,
yours is much easier to understand than mine. I've always had a little lisp where that dog bit me, and
oh
my
no.
mouth is a little altered. So there's times where I don't get my words out, but you are very clear. So don't say that.
Oh, thank you. I guess we're in the wrong field right now if we don't, neither of us like our voices, but we'll carry on.
Here we are.
All right, this girl says, my father-in-law retired and he has three side gigs. Because even when you're retired and you get that Social Security, it's hard to make ends meet.
Mhm.
This first one is he is a driver for car dealerships. He drives the cars to and from the other dealerships or other locations. And I never really thought about this until my father retired and he was just bored. And he started working for rental car companies. So if somebody rents a car, they fly somewhere, land, rent a car, and they turn it back in there, it originally started somewhere else. Like they
Right.
return it to another town. So they have to get that car back to where it originally belongs. And he did that every day. He'd get up, go to the airport, and drive to, I don't know, like 3 hours to the other rental place and drop it off. And then they would all carry him back in a van. And he made a lot of friends. So that worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very ingenious. I like that.
Yeah. If you
See,
enjoy,
that's something as simple as taking the time to do something because you are bored or need the money or whatever. And all he did was drive and meet people.
yeah, and he loved it. They'd stop and eat lunch together. Turn up the radio. He loved his country music and go for a little drive. Some people hate to drive. I kind of enjoy driving.
There's times.
So that's something to consider. And he also, this guy, his third thing, he works as an as needed contractor for the post office when they don't have enough staff. He fills in bringing truckloads of mail packages. Um, I've toyed with that. At Christmas time, you see they need extra delivery people.
Oh, yeah.
And that's something, if you hate it, you just got to get through the season. And
I actually knew a friend that did that and did make a considerable amount of extra money and enjoyed the process. Said it was, you had to be on time or, before time. You're supposed to be there and make sure that you get all the packages delivered. So there is a little stress to that.
Mhm.
But with work and a job and then comes the money, also comes a little stress.
Yeah. I
So
mean,
the
all work
holidays
is
are coming up.
perfect time to do it. I think you can do it for Amazon too. Just use your own car. Yeah, you're right. I mean, any job, you're going to have responsibilities. That's an important one. That's time sensitive. You have to be finished by the end of the day. So if you're a little slow or get a little stressed out, that might not be for you, but donate blood. I mean, donate plasma.
Wow. Yeah. People never think of that either.
Yeah, I think people do it, just out of the goodness of their hearts. But when I first got divorced, I donated plasma, and I think it was like $40.
I
Put
don't
it
I don't know what the rate is right now, but
neither.
just let everybody know we always as nurses appreciate when there's blood needed and we have a blood supply. So go donate blood.
Yeah, and if you need to do it for money, I don't think you should feel guilty about that.
No, not at all. You're helping someone else.
Right. Clean lawns of dog poo. This is a big thing around here right now. I've seen a truck going by that's called pooper scoopers,
Yeah,
and that's all they do.
I'll skip that one, Dana.
I mean, you wouldn't want somebody to come out and get up Makita's little poopies all over the yard. You just
I
do it as
would.
she does it, or
Well, honey, we live out on a cliff almost. We're surrounded by, trees and the forest, and I never see any. So she's a good girl.
she goes out into the and hides
Mhm,
and does it. Well, that's
mhm.
nice. She fertilizes your lawn.
Right.
Clean or cook for seniors. You can work for a company that helps with the elderly, and I'm sure that gives you background checks and all that kind of stuff. It's safer for the client, I'm sure, but it's not. I don't think you have to. I think you could offer, especially if it's someone I'll come and make your mother's lunch, because you're working.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, I'm not sure about the strangers thing on that, but it's certainly anyone within your circle or a reference of someone that, you're friends with that you recognize someone else has a need. So you kind of pull those two strings together to you know, help a win-win situation.
yeah, and I can say as someone who was in that situation, I would love to have someone that I could just call and say, "Could you just come for this afternoon?" My sister does it now.
Yeah.
Obviously doesn't charge. But if I had someone else that I trusted that to come do that, just would you just come and be here at lunchtime because I have a doctor's appointment or something? I would pay for that and not something you have to commit to like a contract with.
Right.
Yeah, so that
Correct.
that need is there for sure. All right. And then in the same vein, drive seniors to their doctor's appointments or run errands for them. If you had a little
Mhm.
group of clients and they knew you were going to come by every day at 2 o'clock, go get their prescription or get their lunch or whatever. I think you could do that on your own safely and
I think
legally.
so too. Yep. Yep. I don't see anything illegal with that.
Yeah, medical transcriptionist, that would be more something you would know about. I don't know how do we even do that anymore? Did they transcribe?
Yeah, you do have to do training, of course, so that's not necessarily a side. I wouldn't think that would be a side job.
Okay. I think my aunt did this, but she took a course, but I think she did work from home and, upload the file when
Oh,
she was finished. But
well,
I
hey,
don't.
I came over with Noah on the Ark, so we didn't upload anything, and so times may have changed.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like AI can do that now, when you speak into
I'm ready for AI to get up in the mornings, go do my job, clean the house, cook dinner, and just let me sit at the house.
well, I think your field, which if you're first time listening, Diana is an injectable nurse. She was a pediatric nurse for years and years. I feel like that's something that's never going to be replaced. Would you trust a robot to come and inject Botox around your eyes? I mean,
Absolutely not. But I do work with a nurse who works at a hospital here within Tennessee. I won't reference it, but in their ICU, robots are giving out medication. And
really?
that scared me to death, especially in an ICU. I don't get it.
Oh, that is strange. Of course, I suppose there could be a tired medical professional goes into that cabinet and accidentally pulls the wrong, I've heard of that happening.
Oh, absolutely. Never, that's why we always double check medications before we
Yeah.
give a lot of them. Hmm.
Supposedly robots never make a mistake, but I don't know. I think they're going to turn on us one day.
I'm afraid of that too.
Of course, there's DoorDash. There's food delivery services that you can work for. Walmart, deliver for Walmart. I use their delivery service, and you don't have to tip. People think when they charge a delivery fee that the driver gets that, and I don't think they do. I think that's strictly the like for instance Walmart. So you do need to tip, or they do it for nothing if they're not getting tipped. But they said generally you get a 10% tip. To me,
Oh.
I would not want to grocery shop for someone else because I hate to grocery shop for myself.
So strike you off of that one. You
Yeah.
that and me the pooper scooper.
Okay. All right. This is not me, this is me reading. I rent an empty bedroom using Furnished Finder platform. So I guess that's like Airbnb, but it's just one room. That would make me so nervous.
Yeah, I'd have to know that person, and yeah, that would be difficult for me.
Yeah. My friend added a room to the back of her house, and she's going to do the Airbnb strictly for traveling nurses.
Oh, well, thank her.
Yeah. So how
Wow.
does traveling nurse work? Do they just work for a certain amount of time?
They sign a contract for a certain number of weeks, and as long as they complete that, they actually get a bonus at the end. And the hospital usually pays for up to a certain amount for their rent and board.
Oh, okay.
It's not a bad deal. If I were single and young again, that's exactly what I would be doing.
Yeah, and you probably can get a better deal staying at someone's house than you would in a hotel. Get to keep more of your money.
Oh, well, yeah.
That's a good idea. Okay. This woman says she goes to Goodwill and she finds good quality pieces. She kind of learned what to look for. She does like dishes, towels, and like somebody will buy a set of towels and they get them home and think, "Oh, that color doesn't work." And rather than take them back, they just go, they've never even been taken the tags off of. And she'll see those and resell them on Marketplace on Facebook. I used to do something like this years ago. I would go into antique stores and I learned what collectibles were popular. I would do research and, make maybe $10, $15 on a vase that I knew was worth whatever. And they just happened to be charging that much less for it. And it was fun. It was no way to survive, but it certainly supplemented my income and it was like a treasure hunt. So,
Yeah. So it was fun and you were making money.
yeah, if you know what to look for, it's like specialize in a certain category like handbags. She does mostly dishware. So she's learned what she can snatch it up because she knows that she can sell it for a certain price. So you'll probably lose some money and it'll be trial and error, but and then there's the packaging and the shipping, which is kind of a pain in the butt. I flipped couches on Marketplace, Nathan says. I bought one for $200 and another for $300, and I sold them both for $600 each.
Okay. That's not bad. So
Yeah.
he made what, $500?
Yeah, so he must just know what will sell and what the market is. You got to do your research on stuff like that.
Yeah, staying up on all that. And but like you said, I do suggest a specialty area. That way you can concentrate on, the education you need in order to be able to recognize what would make you money and would not.
I agree. This person says she pet sits, but she stays at people's homes. Well, duh, I did that for years. But it is very hard to find. I was the perfect pet sitter, house sitter because I was not married. I didn't have any children and I didn't have any pets. So I had no one calling me to come pick them up at school or I'm sick, I got to come home. I didn't have an strange animal running around in their house that might not get along with their pets.
Right?
And so I was the perfect person for that. I had no other responsibilities or anything. So I loved
Well,
it.
there may be a time where that comes back into your life, Dina. You
Yeah, I
were
would enjoy it.
very good at it. I think that is a perfect job for you. And that market is now hotter than ever. People are catching on that, hey, instead of taking my dog to the kennel for 2 weeks and he's in a cage, he can be in the comfort of his own home. And hey, I'm in.
Yeah, I agree. Your animal's going to be much more calm at their own home and you feel better about knowing they're in their same environment. They're not in a strange environment. I take surveys and earn points to get gift cards. I save usually up to about $15 and then I cash out the gift card. Now, I actually do this. If I'm sitting around watching television or I'm in a doctor's office waiting, anytime I'm sitting and waiting, I'm on my phone, I'll go take a survey and make like $1, $2. They may last like 10 minutes. And the people are doing it to research their product. Like, would you buy this product that does blah blah blah? You know,
Yeah.
it's there's a reason why they're giving it to you, and for them to get that market research for a very affordable price, and then get $20 a day or whatever. I recommend those.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
You need
It,
to put is there a link that you can share
yeah, I'll
with
put a
me?
link for the one I use. I will. There's a whole bunch of different ones. It's not something you're going to say, I'm going to get up, make breakfast, and I'm going to sit here all day and do surveys. Don't waste your life like that. Just not going to
No.
be enough money.
But when you're at an appointment, or we all wait at some point during the day on something, it's a great thing to do as the time passes.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting. The questions are kind of thought provoking. And I opened an ice cream cart. Huh.
We
I
need to go
mean,
visit her.
food carts have been around since the, beginning of cities. That's not something that would appeal to me, the food service and the cleaning
Well,
and the laws and all that kind of stuff.
I was going to say the laws have changed on that. They're more strict. Yeah, that would be hard.
Yeah. And for some reason, the little bread stands, at least in our area, I think it varies state to state. Recently, our state passed a law that said you could sell food from your home if it was shelf stable, that it wouldn't go bad. And then she's got like a little fridge that she puts like little sandwiches in and stuff too, which is, I see the city workers when I look out the window, they come by and get a little sandwich plate almost every day. So there's a
Hmm.
need out there, apparently.
Yes, yes. Everybody wants to eat.
Yeah. And they're tired of the fast food, it's something unique.
Yes.
I know a woman who irons people's clothes for a few dollars a piece. This was big when I was a little girl because my mom would take our clothes to a woman up the street and she would iron, and then we'd pick them up later that day. Do people still iron their clothes?
Well, if you were to hire me to iron your clothes, I guarantee you there would be more wrinkles ironed in than before you gave it to me.
I'm a terrible ironer too, especially like a
Oh,
man's shirt. Oh my gosh.
I don't own one.
I think steamers are better, and you could certainly steam people's clothes, but I could see a bachelor businessman who has dress clothes could save money rather than going to the dry cleaners to, use
Yeah,
a neighbor and drop off all his shirts and pick them up after work on the way home.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
see anything wrong with that.
yeah. Raise worms
Oh,
for
my
bait.
word.
Be a worm farmer. And people use them for bait, and they also make their poop makes great fertilizer, and you can grow and sell the mushrooms in the fertilizer. So there's three things from little worms.
Hmm.
That intrigues me a little bit.
I'm gonna pass. I don't do worms, Dina.
This is Drive for the Amish. So Amish people don't use cars, but you can drive them to appointments and things. So I guess it's okay for them to ride in a car. They just can't own a car.
Hmm.
I don't think we have many Amish in our area, but
I was gonna say that would have to be where they are.
right. It's interesting though. Oh, ooh, okay. We have city issued trash cans where I live. So do we. And some people pay to have others come and scrub them down once a month. I've never washed my trash can that I can think of.
Yeah, Dan washes ours. I'm like, baby, these are smelling. So he takes it out back. I don't pay him. And don't tell him I should.
That's
But I can see
interesting
where
though.
that would actually be if you had a subdivision that had a lot of those. Yeah, you could make a killing doing that.
I think so too. I wonder if you'd use like a pressure washer. You could have a little truck with your equipment. You wouldn't really have to
Mhm.
get your hands in there necessarily. But think about trying to wash one of those. What do you do? Like stick your head all the way down into the bottom of the trash can?
No, I think that's why we have the pressure washer there, Dean.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
interesting. You come up with a cute name, put your business card on mailboxes or on
Yeah.
top of the trash cans when they're out once a month. I like that idea.
I would have a thing that said on the advertisement, "Do I smell?" Question mark.
Oh, that's cute.
Please call so and so.
Yeah. Say, it's not you, it's your garbage can. Offer to hang Christmas lights.
Oh,
outside.
that can get a little dicey sometimes, but yeah, there's probably a market for that. You certainly need to have the eye in order to, and not everybody does, but if you have that eye and that talent, you can charge a lot of money actually for that.
I would think so. If you've got a ladder and, I think it needs to be more than one person, to help you.
Oh,
Uh,
sure.
yeah. But if you think about, say, a woman who's always decorated her house and it brings her pleasure and her husband hung the lights out and then her husband passes away, she'd probably still like to have
Yeah.
her house. Oh, that made me sad.
I was going to say that's a great service. Somebody start it and we'll promote it.
Yeah. All right. Folding laundry.
Ugh, do people still do that?
I just grab my clothes off of a big chair and just,
Oh, Dina, I'm not sure we could have survived a century ago.
or I just take it out of the dryer and put it on.
That works too.
Yeah, I need to pay somebody to take my clothes out of the dryer.
I don't know about that. That's called laziness.
Yeah, it is. Or I just forget. Data entry. I mean, again, I guess it's kind of like transcription. If you're a fast typist, if they still even offer that, I've worked data entry jobs through temporary services before, but that was years ago. I think there's a big market, especially now, for companies that need somebody to do something for them temporarily. They don't want to take you on as an employee. And of course, there are temp services that will do that. But I think doing that independently, if you don't expect insurance or any other kind of benefits package.
Right.
So I'm going to go in, I'm going to work as a contract. You pay me by the hour or by the day, and I move on. And I think that's good for people who are get bored with doing the same thing and being in the same place all the time. And who knows, it might lead to a permanent job if that's what you're looking for.
I was at Home Depot and this man, I always see him every time I go to Home Depot. He has a little hot dog stand and
Hmm.
he kills it and they are amazing. And that's his side job.
That is so funny you say that because today I was on Facebook and somebody on one of the local pages said, "Where's the best hot dog in town?" And somebody said, "Home Depot." And I thought, they must have misunderstood the question.
Nope, they were right. Home Depot.
Wow. So he's outside.
Yeah, right outside the door. So, I mean, he has a ton of traffic all day long, but obviously, people, especially around lunchtime.
Yeah. Well, those are usually the best kind of hot dogs, those boiled
Yes.
hot dogs. Mm. Yeah, you wouldn't have rent or anything. I bet they don't have to pay them anything either.
He probably just gives them a hot dog.
Yeah, there you go. Free hot dogs for employees.
Yeah.
Clean out junk rooms or garages.
Well, especially if there's an elderly couple, that would help them.
I haven't seen ads where someone says, "I'll come and clean out your garage for the contents of your garage." You don't even have to pay me. So if you got junk out there thinking, I was going to have a yard sale one of these days.
Well, not everybody wants to just get rid of all the contents of their
That's true.
garage,
So I just took your car. I figured you didn't
I,
want
I was gonna say, I think Dan would have a problem. There are golf clubs in there.
it. Yeah.
Really important things.
You have a nice garage, though. Some of these are storage rooms. Tutor kids. My sister did this actually when I guess she was in high school. She offered tutoring because she was a brainiac and she did like math and reading and she would buy the curriculum and have a few kids that came over. I'm not smart enough to do that, but
You sell yourself short.
fix small appliances. Or this Kim says she fixes small appliances, alters clothing, got a locksmith license, and sells cinnamon rolls. Wow.
Well, that is a plethora of things.
Hospital courier. Now, Tia used to do this for veterinarians. We talked about it on the show where she would go like get a puppy dog tail from a vet and deliver it to FedEx because they needed to fly it somewhere that night to have it tested for cancer or whatever. So
Okay.
I would go with her sometimes. And she would have in the back, she would have paws and tails and livers and And I said, and what if we had a wreck and all these puppy dog parts just flew everywhere?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that would be, you all would have to explain, have
Yeah.
some explaining to do.
Why do you have a puppy dog tail stuck in your
Tailpipe.
tail? And that's why they call it a tailpipe.
That's what I meant. Maybe
Boom,
I should be
boom.
a comedian.
You're on tonight, Diana. You really are. You must be a little loopy because
I
it's
think
late.
I'm exhausted. I've been up since 3 a.m. getting
No.
Dan on a plane.
Oh, no. Well,
Yeah, he
your
told
wit
me,
works good when you're tired.
he says, honey, I need to be at the airport at 5:45. Well, actually, that's when my plane leaves. And I said,
Oh,
5:45 p.m.? He said, oh, no, a.m. I'm like,
oh my gosh.
yeah, I wasn't happy.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Okay.
I could hire somebody to take him to the airport.
There you go. Courier.
There I go. Why didn't I think about that this morning?
Yeah, if you've got that old mom van, there's a lot of things you can do with it.
Yeah.
Okay, this one, I don't even know if I should say this. We're about to run out of time, but I'm going to say this one. Get yourself a pay pig. I think this might be a little naughty. A pay pig will buy your socks and your toenails and your clothes if you've worn them. I'm just going to leave that there, I think.
I don't understand. Am I just missing it?
I guess if you're a pretty girl, you clip your toenails and you put them in a Ziploc bag and you send them to people.
And they pay for your toenails?
Like,
I'm so sorry, but I have an opinion about that. That is nasty. And that is not, as a nurse, I mean, oh my gosh, germs.
oh,
Please, people, come on.
oh, I might cut that out.
No, I think it's kind of funny, actually. I
Okay.
think you should leave it. It's fine with me. I just hope you like my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd have to capture my toenails because they have a tendency to fly when you're clipping them.
Clip. Oh, I got to get that one. I
I
got to
gotta get
send
it.
it in the bag.
Yeah, that's valuable. That's my piggy toe.
You got to have a discount if I don't get all 10.
True, true. This person sells her pictures of her feet. All right. She must have pretty feet. People would not want pictures of my feet, I promise.
Mm-mm.
This woman, wow, she sells. Okay, how many times have you been on the potty, Diana, and you use the last of the toilet paper and you have that little toilet paper roll in your hand? What do you do with it?
I use it. I wipe myself and
Mhm.
then I double wipe. I leave that little one slab of, tissue on it around it and I just kind of dab myself to make sure I'm good down
With
there.
the toilet paper roll?
Yeah, yeah,
Was not
why not?
expecting that.
Well, that's why you had me do the podcast.
Well, this lady collects them. I just throw them in the trash. Imagine that. This lady collects them and sells them on Etsy for people who do and make craft projects out of them. That's
Okay.
interesting. Everybody's got
So
those.
let me clarify. After I do use that, it gets thrown away.
Well, I hope
It's
so.
disposed of. Yeah,
You don't
okay.
make a craft out of it.
I know I don't save it and make a craft out of it. Oh my goodness. Or no, nor do I send it to anybody in the mail in a bag.
Shoot, we're out of time, and this was so fun. All right, let's close it out, and we'll probably have to have a part two of this. So I would
Okay.
just say, Diana, after hearing some of these, I hope that we've left you with a few ideas or at least a few laughs. I know I've had some laughs. And maybe you've been inspired to try something new, or maybe you're just relieved you're not the only person who is Googling how to make extra money without, well, able to keep your internal organs too. You're not selling your organs. And we'll hope you'll share this episode with a fellow hustler who's looking for something to do. Diana, final thoughts.
Go for it. You can do it. Get out there, bust a move. We love you. We'll see you on Sunday for giggles and gratitude. Bye bye.